Hey guys, I'm back for another day at CampZone. Today, some of the main activities, at least on my plate, is that the network supplier Juniper is coming with all their equipment. And our internet supplier should also drop by for a visit to test if everything is working and to basically deliver us the line. We still need to put all the fibers on the field, but at least we'll know it's working so we can get started with it. So yeah, I'll again try and take you along everywhere to show you what's going on and what changed since yesterday. And keep all the comments coming. And yeah, I'll try to show you guys what's going on. Although there's lots of big equipment involved, some stuff is still manual labor.
And if you can help, it will be a lot easier.
I'm holding the camera, sorry. So these giant cables don't appear on the field by themselves. There's a lot of work involved by these great guys. If we follow those power cables, they all come together over here, which leads us back to the diesel power generators you saw in the previous vlog. There's a giant distribution panel. And then from there, they get distributed to all the, all the 3 diesel generators we have. So if we take a look at that, they made a nice loop here, as you can see, to make sure all the cables are at the same length. And then they go into the generators. They're not running right now, but we'll revisit this when they are. Oh, as is also immediately evident, the backstage area has now been fenced off. Because there's a lot of expensive equipment here. We don't want unannounced intruders, well, on the field. I showed you some large power cables yesterday, but looking here, these are even bigger connections. And they're using a wrench to connect it correctly. But I believe these boxes are rated for up to 400 amps. And those are our main distribution lines throughout the field. In the NHQ, we've also had some progression. Our Juniper shipment arrived in these really cool van vaults. So that's a really convenient way to ship things. And well, they basically provide us with the whole network. So they have these boxes which have a lot of SFP Plus modules inside. I'll show you in more detail in another vlog. And well, we have small switches, big switches, all kinds of switches. But once these are out, I'll show you in more detail. We also already have some event infra stuff, some temp Wi-Fi you saw in the previous vlog. And here are the rack chassis we're going to use. And well, someone's already busy starting the switch staging. So yeah, we're really happy with Juniper sponsoring us because they have excellent network equipment and they haven't let us down yet. So more about this once it's out of their packaging. Hey guys, so as I mentioned, we're getting a 10 gigabit internet connection with a 20 gigabit uplink. And well, we need to test this. So we're currently with a car on the side of the road with a rack with a UPS in it and a switch to uplink it. And I just did a test. Well, I don't think you can really see that. But we're currently connected with a 1 gigabit Ethernet and we're basically easily filling that up. And as I said, we have a 10 gig in total. So we have our 600 meters of fiber connected, which we're going to use to transport the fiber to our network headquarters. But more about that later, or in another vlog probably. And there's just this unassuming box at the side of the road, and there is a 20 gig connection inside. So I thought it would be fun to share that. So basically, the internet isn't on the field yet, but it's very close. And once it's done, and I'm hoping that will be Monday, I'll also be able to put the live stream online. So it's now a few hours later, so let's see how they're coming on with the network staging. As you can see, we now have a few stacks of switches, and these all have 4 10 gigabit ports and 48 gigabit ports. And for Juniper, they're kind of an odd vendor to lend equipment from, because we said, well, we'd like a few ports PoE, and then they said, that's kind of difficult to differentiate, so... Nee hoor. So let's just make all ports PoE, so then, well, you're never gonna miss a port PoE. I guess that's true, but yeah. So these are the switches that will go into the data close or data toilets. I don't know. I have to still think of an English name for that. We'll get to that in the next vlog. But also in the field headquarters and stuff like that. We also have some mini switches which we can deploy in like entrance units or in our security unit. So those are very suited for places where we just need a few ports, but still they'll have a 10 gigabit uplink. This is our temporary staging setup. So yeah, that seems to be progressing very nicely. And well, more information about this in future videos when the switches are actually getting deployed and the access points and stuff like that. Okay guys, so we're back on the Skylift, as I called it. A colleague of mine corrected it that it's called a cherry picker. Okay, fine, whatever. But this is basically around the evening of, I guess day 2, you could call it. We're even getting a little bit of sunshine, that's nice. It's been sunshine and rain today, but all in all, it's been pretty good build-up weather, you could say. Fiber towers, but how do you move them? Well, you modify your Manitou to have a little bit longer spoons, I guess. In Dutch it's called a lepel, I don't know what it's in English. And there you go. Off into the horizon. And the first fiber tower is standing. Now, this isn't the final construction. They're going to add an IBC with, I believe, 1,000 liters of water. The crew is moving to the next spot. But they're going to add an IBC on the bottom with, I think, 1,000 liter or 1,000 kilos of water in it, so that even with strong winds, it won't fall over. And there isn't much weight that it needs to support anyway. And with that, I think it's a nice time to round off this day. A lot has been done, but a lot of stuff has been done indoors, so you might not be able to see it on the overview we just saw. We're continuing tomorrow, and as I said, any questions or comments or anything like that, well, leave them in the comments. And if there's something you'd like me to focus on or tell me more about, you know by now, just let me know. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.